Hello and welcome to the Anfield boot room. It's been some time for me since recording because I've been on holiday. So let's remind ourselves of where we have come from, and then we'll talk about where we are and then maybe where we're going. So I think the last time was the Club World Championship final against Corinthians, a 3-0 win, reasonably solid stuff, no complaints there. We've been as you can see, on a decent run with another astounding loss in the middle of there at home to Millwall. What? But anyway, we'll get to that. So 4-0 versus Derby, all good. 6-1 against Stoke. 2-0 on Hull. 4-0 on Man United. 3-0 in the FA Cup. Capital, 1 Cup, West Ham. A lot of repetition in there. And again, playing Chelsea 3 times in the space of 11 days, which was strange. West Ham 4-0. As you can see, Divock Origi scored 8 goals against West Ham in 4 days. Oh, great. A 0-0 draw against Newcastle, which, excuse me while I take a quick clear of my throat. I'll take a sip of water and see if that does it. It didn't really do it, I think, but we'll be okay. Tim Krul got man of the match. We had the backup team out, but enough world-class players to do damage, you would think. The match stats give us 3 clear-cut chances to 1, 19 shots to 12, 5 on target to 7, that's the bad bit, really, isn't it? We had 1 off the woodwork as well. Basically, we were better than them. But it was a 0-0 draw. The board were disappointed. I was disappointed. But it wasn't the worst. Not as bad as losing to fucking Milwall. Anyway, we then beat Chelsea 1-0 away. Hammered Peterborough 7-0. I had Brinquedo scoring some goals. I'll come back to him in a minute. We then hammered them in the second leg, and then went to Stamford Bridge and hammered them in the league as well. Reading got a bit of our, I was going to say hammersmanship. They got done. Milwall. God, this was a depressing game. Again, it was the backup brigade. Mixed in a few youngsters, mixed in a few great players. So, you've got Vachka, but also Alagaya. You've got Sade, but also Pogba. So really, look at the bloody stats on that. The goal, it was more like the goalie was surprised. They had 2 shots on target. I think one was in the last minute. So they had 1 shot on target just before half time and it went in. I think it was Turkish Bay was completely surprised. But out of 35 shots, 16 on target, none of them managed to hit the woodwork or get a clear-cut chance. We had 11 corners. We were superior to them in almost every way. But yeah, somehow they were resolute. They just bought a new goalkeeper who I had been eyeing for some time, and then he just dropped off my radar because I thought he wasn't going to get much better. But he is actually really good, which is annoying. And obviously he did a great job against me. His 1 clean sheet, clearly against the best team in the league. Absolute waste of time, this game. We bounced back, importantly, and beat Sheffield United 5-0. They are useless. We beat Man City in the FA Cup. A great start to the game where Berardi scored a goal, but then we went on to smash them. We've only managed to beat Olympiacos 2-1 in the first leg, but that was away, so those are 2 away goals. And again, it was very much a one-sided game. We had 3 clear-cut chances. They had none. They had 2 shots on target, managed to score 1 of them. We had 14. So if we'd had a 50% hit rate, we would have scored 7. And that was all the big boys. Juan Aralaga, who has recently won, I think, World Player of the Year, and stuff. Anyway, if I look in his history, achievements, would it be there? Won the World Golden Ball. Awards. That might make it a bit easier. World Golden Ball. So that's 4. Yeah. Okay, so World Golden Ball, and then there's also World Player of the Year, which he also won. And he won it last year. Did he win it? Oh, good God. So the last 3 years, we've had a 1-2, a 1-2, a 1-2-3. And it's been my front two, Arilaga and Origi, with a bit of Tornik in there as well. Player of the Year has been a 1-2-3. Did I get any there? No, rubbish. Obviously, Messi, when he played for me, was pretty good as well. So you got a 1-2-3, a 1-2, and a 1-2-3 finish, with somehow managing to split the right number of games between these strikers for them all to get ridiculous goals. So I thought that was pretty good. But he's the best player in the world right now, and when the best player in the world right now doesn't play well against Olympiacos, the whole team suffers. It's like Messi when he doesn't play well for Argentina, basically. But we then hammered Burnley 7-0 and Leeds 3-0. And Burnley are our opposition today in the Capital One Cup final. So yeah, you could say we're doing pretty good. The Premier League looks like this. We are 4 points clear, but with 3 games in hand because we've been very busy in all of the cups. We have, of course, those 2 losses, one to Man City and unaccountably to Millwall. What I do quite like is our goals for, which is 98. So we have 12 games to try and break the record for goals scored, and I'd really rather like to do it. I think the record currently stands at something like 128. So we've got 12 games to score 30 goals, and that's a little over 2 a game. So I think we can do it. If we throw us another 7-0 in there, I will be pretty delighted with that, to be honest. Transfers wise, I'm in the midst of youth recruitment as France and Germany have just issued their youngsters, and I'm hoovering up that talent. In terms of business done in January, we brought in some of these guys, none of them particularly standing out, to be honest, other than Brinquedo, which means toy. He is 18, he's come across from Brazil, he's got a great scoring record in Brazil. Well, when I say great, it's mostly off the subs bench, so yeah, pretty decent. Used to play for Atletico Mineiro, which is, of course, my local team in Brazil, so I'm a big fan of his. He's a good guy. He's dubbed the new Serginho Chulapa. I don't know who that is. I might have to research that at some point. But most importantly, he's going to be very, very good. He's decent already, and he's 18. And he's come in. He started one game, came on 2, and scored 3 goals. His shape is lovely. He looks a bit like our friend Juan. Look at that. That, my friends, is succession planning. Yeah, sorry, I haven't done one of these for a while, so I'm just going to shout stuff. But yeah, he's 9 years Arilaga's junior. He's basically the same as him, but Brazilian, obviously, and his name means toy. You've got to love that, haven't you? And he's on 3 grand, he's on 190 grand. So you just wait, Brinquedo, you're going to be excellent. In terms of, did we get rid of anyone in January? Oh my giddy aunt, this is making my eyes go funny. No, we just got some people back from loan and then sent them straight out again, and that's probably fair enough. Oh yeah, we got a new. I sacked off some of our feeder clubs, and I got Wolves as a new feeder club. They're mid-table in the Championship. That's where I want my feeder clubs to be at. I don't know how these guys are doing. I can't bother to check into it. But yeah, basically we had... we're supposed to have like 2 or 3 teams in the Championship being our feeder clubs. At the minute, we've got Leicester, who are mid-table in League One. Norwich, who are even worse in League One. We had, and I cancelled that because they were bloody rubbish. I want to keep Leicester because I love a bit of Leicester. I want to keep Wolves. I hope they don't get promoted. This is the thing why I'm lacking the other one, is that bloody Sheffield United got promoted, and they are doing absolutely DS, guys. It's DS. I suppose I've already sworn on this episode, so it's not going to make too much of a difference. But yeah, they are bad. In terms of interesting stuff happening in the league, Man United and Man City are having a resurgence. Derby are still up there. I think they have a new manager. It is Paul Lambert. I don't know how they're doing so well, to be brutally honest. Who is doing badly? Weren't Chelsea doing? Oh, Chelsea were doing badly, but they've bounced back with probably a new manager. Oh right, yeah, Jamie Carragher, he's okay. Anybody else? Any more interesting stuff going on? Probably not. If we look at who's like to get promoted, Leyton Orient are up there. That could be interesting. Aston Villa. John Terry, manager of Aston Villa, so that's funny. And Middlesbrough up there as well with Tony Mowbray. Wow, that's a proper old school combination. So there we are. I don't want to get too into this. I've already got slightly bogged down. So, oh God, where was I when I started this? Oh yeah, Wolves. There we go. Okay, so we've got some stuff. There's some people in from Wolves. In terms of how the squad are doing, we can look at the goalkeeping situation is pretty healthy. Wesley's doing well. Jean Dex is not really playing, even though he's unbelievable, because I want Turkish Bay to get really good. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes, to be honest. The defence, trying to play these youngsters. I was not trying to play the youngsters, and I was trying to win every game, so they weren't getting much of a look in. And then I lost one, and I was like, oh, fuck it, you know what? Let's play all the youngsters. But, these four are my top performing defenders, as you would expect. Right, if we go on to the Paul Pogba is getting old, he's getting tired, but he's still doing really well. Obviously, all of these average, some people have an average rating over 25 games of above 8, which seems insane. Midfield wise, I gave a new contract to Memphis just because he's playing obscenely. He's 32 years of age, and he's playing like one of his best ever seasons, I think. Even though he's been brilliant throughout his entire career, he's having one of his best ever seasons, which seems mad. But yeah, so he was running out of contract at the end of next season, and so I gave him a little extension so that I get on the same wage as well, which is fine. So I get to choose more what he does, and that takes him up to 35. So he may choose to just retire with Liverpool, like Messi did. And I don't really want to sell him. Obviously, I can't be paying someone a load of money for no reason. So if it comes to selling him, I will try and sell him. But there we are. So who else is doing well? Andy Unsworth won European Golden Boy. So if we look at that, yeah, won European Golden Boy, which I was going to say I haven't won it for a while, but actually that's obviously not true. So Gabriel Jesus won it, Arrilaga won it, Tolnik won it, and then I bought him. Gil, Milton, Mateusz shortly after I sold him, Passos shortly after I sold him. He's since gone on to become a powerhouse of football somehow. He was named in Team of the Year, as in international Team of the Year. He went to Juventus and plays at centre back and gets nearly an 8 rating. I don't get it. He's just a bad defensive midfielder. I don't get it, but there we are. Nero obviously is great, and Andy Unsworth. 28 goals in 27 appearances. You can't really argue with that. And a lot of those were as sub, as we'll see through his actual stats, which some of which were in the Championship. And then he's got 22 goals in 12 for us. A lot of those in Europe, of course, because that's where I blood my youngsters. They get blooded at full international stage and also in Europe, because that's what makes sense. Marcelo Bossi is playing very well. He is an absolute genius. He's gone down a bit in training recently. I don't quite know what to do with him. He's really, really good. Obviously, that's another problem. But yeah, Heskey's having a bit of a less good season this season, even though he's still unbelievable. And I think the strikers, most of which we will already have seen. Yeah. Origi, 37 goals in 25 games. Arrilaga, 28 goals in 24 games. Tolnik, 21 goals in 15 games. They're all pretty good. I suppose I should just give a quick overview of the young guns. So these are the guys that I'm really trying to get in blood into the squad. So Bertie Sade, he's decent, and he's going to be very good. Apparently, world-class defender, consistent. That's what I like to see. Francesco. He's pretty good as well. Going to be very good. Star of the Premier League, hopefully. Bialek is someone I like a lot. I like that shape because he's got a bit more technical as well, which means when he becomes a properly fledged centre defensive midfielder, he can also carry the ball out from there, which is what Pogba does, which is what I like. So he's potentially world class. He's got fairly inconsistent, but I'm hoping on that will drop off. One of my projects now is Thomas Brooks, who is a left winger. He's going to be very, very good. He's actually come through the Liverpool Academy, but he has 2 on passing, which does not make sense. So I'm trying to train that out of him. Michael Kohler, I think, will be unbelievable because he's already got very, very good technical stats. Despite the fact he's 17, he's great in the air, he's great on the floor and at finishing, he's very consistent, and he's quick. So I think him and Brinkado will play well together up front. He's potentially going to be world class. Enjoys big matches, fairly consistent. Of course, we picked him up for 875k, so he's doing well. I guess one more worth mentioning is Jordi Pinner. He's coming from Barcelona. He's doing that Busquets role of basically playing as a centre back, but in defensive midfield. He's going to be very good. He relishes big matches. He's a consistent performer. I like him. Right, so anyway, on to the match. I don't think I'll do any funny names today because I'm kind of halfway through the youth season, so it might kind of spoil it a bit, and I end up getting confused as to what I've done and what I haven't done. I'm hoping, to be honest, we beat these guys 7-0 before, so, you know, I don't know if they'll excel themselves for the final, but they're not very good. Mitchell Moody is a failed Arsenal Academy graduate. I don't even know where he comes from, but he's not very good. Adair is from me, and he is good. Galloway's okay. Fockett is bad, but seems to play all right. And obviously there's Wanyama in there, who is a beast. Vangelis is from me. He's pretty good. And Samuel Adu as well, actually. And Steve, did he used to be mine? No, okay. They're all the found. Oh, Ben Wood used to be mine. There we go. And and also their keeper, Felipe Batista. Oh, that's funny. On the bench, I've got Callum Patson, who is a familiar name in real life. Connor Mahoney, who might be familiar to some. He's not familiar to me, but he's a real person. Hugo Huelves, I don't know who he is, but if he comes on, we're going to batter him. Also, Hunter Batten sounds fun, but he's not good. And actually, Carlos Strandberg is quite an able lone forward. I personally would have played him up front if I were Burnley manager, but I'm not. Who is Burnley manager? Did we know that? Alex Neil. Oh yeah, they said in the press conference that I've never lost to Alex Neil, and I was like, you know. Right, for the fans is something I'm trying to introduce. So let's see if it works. Spectacularly no. Been trying to introduce for the fans at home. So you know, obviously you say for the fans, and they're actually there, and that kind of helps. See, look at Memphis. He's wildly productive. But yeah, and obviously in Wembley, I guess it doesn't really work. Big clearance from Samuel Adu, former Liverpool Academy product. But we've opened well, and that's a goal within the first 10 minutes. Very nice. Second shot on target. Milton into Arrilaga. World-class forward into world-class forward. And that is how we do things. Unless, you know, this is how we normally do things. Unless, you know, mad things happen like losing to Milwall, and then none of those go in, and it's all terrible. Right, we should be able to deal with this, and ideally break. Oh, Wood was very quick there, which he is, to be fair, so that's, you know, fine. Well, they're trying to play some football. I hope we get back the football. That would be nice. Well done, Memphis, having one of his best seasons ever at the age of 32. What a hero. Like, I suppose, you know, it's like when we had Messi when he was old, but he was really, really good. Oh, Milton again. Can Pogba? Oh, I thought Pogba was going to just shoot. Oh, one-ton Gill. He gets so many chances because he's so physical. Oh, someone's battered Pogba. Poor old man. I thought he was going to shoot and score, to be honest. when he played it through to Origi. Oh wow, spectacularly uneventful so far, other than the goal, pretty much. That's disappointing. Right, so nothing. I mean, I'm far from pleased because, come on, guys. Pogba's a bit knacked. Milton needs to calm his head down. I'm going to say I'm not very happy with the defending, even though they were fine. I fired up the whole team, so I'm happy with that. And then maybe, hopefully, we'll go 2 up, and I can make some subs. God, I haven't played this for ages. Right, Dumont is really causing us a problem. Come on, let's get this in there, lads. No, bit of a goalmouth scramble sort of thing. Wow, what a weird thing that was a shot. Jesus Christ. Wow, bloody nothing's happening in this game. What a boring load of bollocks. Right, I'm going to take Pogba off because he's tired and not doing that well. Anybody else not doing that well? Ali Samir not doing that well. Let's put on Emiliano Heskey. There we go. Divock Origi not playing that well, but that's fine. Let's just do that for now. And then I'm going to tell them in a minute to attack, because I'm getting bored, basically. There we go. Get it in, Arrilaga. Come on, mate. Oh, Jesus Christ. How many chances do you want, man? Right, we're playing nicely, but we need to bloody score some goals. Right, can I... Have we done the changes yet? Cancel. Right, okay. Attack. Team talk. Assertive. Demand more. Yes, please. Right, so we've got fresh players on. We've told them to attack. We told them that we want more. They should be sorting it all out. Yes, Milton to Arrilaga. The golden combination. Arrilaga starts off the move with a ball to Heskey. Milton threads it through. Arrilaga, great off the ball movement, and he just snapshot. Batista manages to just fuck it in. Sorry, this has been a really expletive. I'll just go calm it back down again because that was a bit much. A really expletive-ridden episode. Can we get another one here? It's been basically nothing apart from the goals. Ridiculous. Even though we've had 27 shots, they've chosen to show... Oh, Origi, what are you playing at? Oh, how can you not finish that, you absolute mug? Oh, Origi's now having a bad game. Well, I didn't put anyone too exciting on the bench, but I'm going to bring on Tolnick because he's a good player. Yeah, I'll swap them over. Oh, I just went to the wrong screen there. Don't worry about that. Right, last 20 minutes. We're 2-0 up. This has been a fucking dull final. Sorry, guys. I might have to play another game because this has been... Oh, actually, no, because it's youth recruitment month. Hey, Arrilaga gets another one. That's his hat trick. Okay, that was vaguely exciting. I don't want to be down on my own players. They're all great. Milton tries to get a ball in. Gets out to Heskey, who's out wide. Arrilaga smashes it in with his left foot. What a game he's had. It's just been all about him since I built up that he was the best player in the world. Like 2 years running. Oh, Memphis. Oh, dearie me. That's only his 4th goal of the season. Old man Memphis just sticks it in the top corner. Did it hit the bar? No, it just hit the back of the goal so hard it came back out. Amazing. Okay, well, I'm more happy with that, to be honest. 4-0. We've hit the woodwork 3 times as well. And we've won the Capital One Cup. Way. Right. Can I say something great? Enjoy your success. There you go. Yeah. So we had Milton with 3 assists, Arrilaga with 3 goals. Memphis got 1, and then Emiliano Heskey came on quite credibly to score another one. So he's the succession planning for Memphis, but Memphis is just keeping on going. Ali Samir stepped in, by the way, for the injured Vladimiros. Vladimiros, despite not being injury prone, has been massively injury prone, so that's vaguely frustrating. We didn't manage to get top scorer. Boo, Rui Gaspar must have had an excellent game at one point. Matthias Sonzogny is having a great season out on loan at Burnley. As also Burnley predecessors Burnley loanee predecessors such as Juan Aralaga have had before him, so that's a good sign. I'll do the post finishing up stuff, and to be honest, then it's likely some more views will come through, so I'll have to like do some really tedious stuff, which is not worth doing on camera. So yes, we had Juan Aralaga live the dream of many a supporter as he lifted the Capital One Cup. Yeah, I mean, it's probably not his dream to lift the Capital One Cup, but he did a good job. He did also score a hat-trick, of course. And then Memphis, just to get in there, a screamer free kick. We've we've won the Capital One Cup for as long as I can remember. That is, to be fair, I think that was one of the first competitions we won as well, in 2015. So yeah, that's a lot to be going on with, to be fair. I mean, we beat Sheffield United, we've beaten Burnley. Chelsea have been pretty unlucky. Rubbish. But what a final that was. Swansea, Bradford. Did that happen in real life? Oh. Weird. Cool. Okay, you've been in charge for many years. I just signed a new contract, guys. Just signed a new contract. And also got my request for a new stadium rejected again. I love this competition. I love all the competitions. Players are great. I'm delighted. Whole squad's great. The team we have here, no one could really stand our way. No, got to be modest. Not at all. We have a good team here, but yes, but we take nothing for granted. The squad is capable of going on and becoming a real force because we're one of the youngest squads, despite being one of the best squads, or in fact the best squad so far in the world. We've qualified for the Euro Cup. Big stuff. Is this going to be when they? Oh right, no, okay, fine. I thought this was going to be one of those where they say like, oh, Sam Hamburger lost a game 7 years ago, but he's since been pretty good. But no, an emphatic 4-0 win against West Ham, an emphatic 4-0 win against QPR, but a convincing 8-0 aggregate win over Chelsea. Fine. We didn't get any of the awards really, but we won it. So Maximilian Rapp is actually one of those funny names that I mentioned that I wouldn't mention. But yeah, Maximilian Rapp, a great rap name, I think. But I'm not buying him because he's rubbish. If I look at the schedule, I mean, we've got some big games coming up. I mean, to be fair, you'd think Man City would be a big game in the Premier League because they are third. I actually probably am not too bothered about that because I think I'll probably, touch wood, win the Premier League anyway. So I might rest some players and then play Derby and Olympiacos because I want to make sure that I win all the competitions because we didn't do that last year and it annoyed me. Even though we've lost 2 games this year and that was bad, I will try harder next year. But I'm whipping through. That's the thing. I'm liking the element of succession planning and generational teams. And the prospects that are coming through our academy are really, really good. Players who just pop up. So for instance, Brinkado, I must have signed 3 years ago, and he's just popped up now, and he's going to be absolutely unbelievable. So with that, I'll take you to the competitions tab as we normally do to finish off. So the league is looking good. We've had a few little dips where we've been behind in terms of games, but we've been top mostly. We won the Club World Championship, as you saw last time. Champions League, I'm confident that we'll progress against Olympiacos. They are fine. FA Cup, Derby are a decent team on a good run. They've been on a good run for some time now, so I guess they are a good team. But I'm confident we'll beat them. We've won the Super Cup, we've won the Community Shield, and now we've won the Capital One Cup. Awesome. So that's the update. I'm going to jog on and chug these youngsters into the team, into the van, into the youth teams, and we'll see what happens with those in kind of 10 seasons. Some of them will make it through and be the next Juan Aralaga. There you go. So with that tidbit of wisdom, kind of, I'll leave it there. Thanks very much for listening. I wish you well, and join us next time on the Anfield Boot Room. Bye.